So Biden is increasing taxes in the US. So let's go through that, right? Biden to float historic tax increase on investment gains for the rich. So what that means, especially if you're following this challenge, what that means for people who want to buy businesses. And it's really, really interesting. I'm going to share with you everything you need to know to make sure you're prepared for the increase in taxes, especially if you're based in the US or if you're looking to buy businesses in the US. So let's go through that, right? So President Joe Biden will roll out a plan to raise taxes on the wealthiest Americans, including the largest ever increase in levies on investment gains to fund about $1 trillion in childcare, universal pre-kindergarten education, and paid leave for workers. Source familiar with the proposal said. The plan is part of the White House push for sweeping overhaul of the US tax system to make rich people and big companies pay more and help foot the bill for Biden's ambitious economic agenda. The proposal calls for increasing the top marginal income tax rate to 39.6 from 37. Their source said this week it would also nearly double taxes on capital gains to 39.6 for people earning more than $1 million. This is big, guys. I don't know, some of you guys here are already investors, some of you here are already business owners who are looking to maybe buy more businesses or sell their business. Some of you here are maybe just starting their entrepreneurial journey. Some of you here already sold businesses in the past and are thinking, what's next? Well, let me tell you this. This is big. Increasing capital gains is huge, especially for people looking to buy businesses. Because guess what? If you used to pay whatever the number is right now, 20, 25, depends on where you're at, right? And I'm sure, don't get me wrong, when this is happening in the US is not going to be the last ones doing that. I'm already hearing on other countries who are going to do the same, basically increasing taxes on capital gains. So what that means for you, it means that you will have a lot of opportunities. So there's few ways to look at it, right? If you're the person who's looking to buy the business, you will have a lot of people who want to sell businesses fast now. Why? Because in few months from now, or whatever this is going to start, it means they'll need to pay 20% more in capital gains on taxes. This is huge, guys. On a deal, so let's say if you have a business doing, like $1 million in EBITDA pre-tax profits and you're going to sell it for 5 million, or let's say you can get it for whatever, 10 times multiples. 20% on few million is a lot of money, guys, especially if the difference of that amount is few months, right? Because if they can sell it right now, they can earn 20%. 20% on 10 million, that's 2 million, right? 20% on 5 million, that's 1 million. That's a lot of money for someone who never sold or never had a capital event in his lifetime. So when you can save 1 million or 2 million in basically cash in your bank account after taxes, people will make the most out of it. People will take advantage of that. And you will need to be the person who are going to go out there and look for those businesses where you can buy right now as soon as possible. So let's continue, right? That would be the highest tax rate on investment gains, which are mostly paid by the wealthiest Americans since the 20s. Wow, that's insane. The rate has not exceeded 33.8% in post-World War II era. News of the proposal, which was staple of Biden presidential campaign platform, triggered sharp declines on Wall Street, which benchmark S&P down 1% early afternoon, its steepest drop in more than a month. This is pretty interesting to see how the market's reacting to that, right? As soon as they see something like that, the market don't like change. The market likes stability. They like comfort. They like basically be preparing for the same stuff. Like when they see those big drops, you just told you, people are in panic right now, right? They're in a panic mode. And just to show you, Biden was talking about that before he got elected to be a president. So, what did you expect if you voted to him? It's not like, you got any surprise. He talked about it all the time before that. Let's see what he's saying. Any such hike, we need to go through Congress, obviously, where Biden Democratic Party holds narrow majorities and is unlikely to win support from Republicans. It is also unclear if it would have the anonymous backing of congressional Democrats, which would be essential in the Senate. Each party holds 50 seats. If I had a chance of passing, we'd be down 2,000 points, said Thomas Hayes, chairman and managing member of hedge funds. Anyway, it's really interesting to see, a lot of people are basically not going to invest, because if you're not show me the incentive for someone and I'll show you where he's going to put his money. If you're not going to incentive investors to have smaller capital gains, guess what? People are just, I don't know where they're going to put their money. In the end of the day, we are investing, like the wealthiest people are investing in capital because they know they can eventually grow their investments and sell them for better tax rates. But if they're not going to have good incentives to do that, why would you put your money, or why would you work so hard if the government is going to take 20% more from you for doing the same amount of work? it's pretty ridiculous. Like, this is stopping initiatives, this is stopping entrepreneurship from going on. So a lot of you are asking, what am I doing? So some of you know that I have residencies in different countries like Panama, Cyprus, but I don't have a US passport, right? So I can still do deals and do acquisitions in the US, but my situation with my taxes is much better than if you're unfortunately an American, because it's very difficult for you to have a similar tax situation as me, right? And obviously I'm not here to give you a legal advice, but I'm here to share with you that for a lot of you, you live in your country as a resident might be the best opportunity for you to save on taxes. Because I've heard once, and I really like that, your second biggest expense in life is taxes. Your first biggest expense in life is ignorance. So guess what? If you're not aware of those biggest expenses of your life, how can you save on them? Right? So the first thing to recognize is that the second biggest expense of your life is taxes. And unless you're doing something about it, guess what? If you are a resident in the US, like, you're paying taxes for a lot of stuff. You have taxes on debt, you have taxes on different insurances, on different businesses, expenses or whatnot. That's a lot of money. The average American is paying around 50% over his lifetime to the government. That I don't really know if they're doing anything productive with it. Obviously, to some extent they do, but I really want to ask you, and tell me what you think in the comments. Like, don't you think it's going to be smarter to give that money to smart entrepreneurs? Don't you think they'll know what to do with the money better than the government that is literally spending money on so much stuff that makes no sense? I'm sure if you ask most of the people in the US or just in the world in general, what they think about spending so much money on war, on bombing different countries for no reason whatsoever. And again, I'm not pro-war or against war. I don't really have a say on that anymore. I've spent my time in the army and the military, and I found out this is a waste of time. Like, why can't we just have peace and just work and grow businesses together and have fun and have collaboration together and just, just live a better life? Why do we need to spend so much money? That is, guess where that's coming from taxes, from people paying taxes. Why can't we just do good things with that? And the way that I see that is, when you give so much power to the government and when you give access to all those corruptions to happen, this is exactly what's happening. They increase taxes, and that's why you see a lot of Americans are going out there and living in Puerto Rico, because you pay less taxes. So for those of you who are Americans, it's very difficult to change things unless you're going to Puerto Rico, because you will need to pay taxes no matter where you live for the rest of your life, unless you renounce your passport. For those of you who are outside the US, there's a lot of good opportunities to go out there and basically leave your country as the main resident, and then you can find different jurisdictions where you can have much better situations in the way you pay taxes. Especially if you consider yourself a global citizen, or you don't really care where you live most of the time, and you find having, let's say, different homes in different countries, then I think that's the best thing to consider. That's if you're viewing things from the view of the entrepreneur. If you're looking at things from the view of someone who's looking to buy businesses, this is actually a great opportunity, because guess what? It's just going to increase the motivation of people selling their businesses. If you had so far businesses or business owners are looking to sell because they're looking to retire, a lot of baby boomers are looking to retire still. Thousands of people on the daily basis are looking to retire. So guess what? They're motivated. They want to go home and chill and just live with their family and see their grandkids and have a nice home in nice second home in a nice resort or whatnot, or in a nice place with a beach. Now it's even giving them more motivation, because they'll want to sell fast before this rule is going down, right? So let's just finish reading that. Sources said details would be released next week before Biden address to Congress on Wednesday. Details of the plan may change in coming days. White House officials are debating other possible tax increase that could ultimately be included, such as capping deductions for wealthy taxpayers or increasing the estate tax, sources told Reuters. Biden has promised not to raise taxes households earning less than $400,000. Tax details related to the plan, which has been in the works for months, were first reported by New York Times on Thursday morning. Here's the thing with taxing, giving more taxes for the richest people. Guess what? If you taxing someone who's making more, they're not going to make as much initiatives as they used to in the past. If you're looking at people like, look at the biggest guys like Jeff Bezos. People might say, hey, Amazon are not paying taxes or whatnot. And it's pretty interesting structure that they have, actually, if you don't know. So Amazon are not paying taxes because they have a company in the Cayman Island that's holding all the IP for Amazon, and then Amazon is paying them yearly fees for the IP. And guess how much they're paying them for the yearly fee? They're paying them the exact profits that Amazon making, so therefore Amazon don't need to pay taxes. Now some people don't like that because Amazon is so big and why they're not paying taxes or whatnot. The other way to look at it is, guess what? Amazon is creating so much jobs for people and they're paying taxes based on those jobs, right? So they're paying enough taxes, but it's not going directly from the company. Also, think about the value that Amazon is bringing to the market. I mean, think about your life before and after Amazon. It's a game changer. But you right now, if you're especially in the US, you can order things and get them within hours, less than a few hours. Things that in the past took you a long drive into different stores, waiting lines, find the parking lots, spending money on gas, picking things in the different alleys. Here, just go to Amazon, you click a button, you get things very fast. Don't you think that they deserve some kind of a return for that? Some kind of recognition for that? I think they do. I think the world needs to recognize initiatives and innovations, and I think they need to be incentivized in a good way. And I think if you take those incentives from people, if you're taking incentives from them by taxing them, almost double than they do right now, guess what? People are just not going to be as creative and they're not going to take as much initiative, especially if they already have enough money that they can live on. But they're going to say, hey, why would I continue to work so hard if they're going to take like 50% of my money in some cases, especially if you are in different states where you need to you have state tax and you have capital gains tax and whatnot and income tax. It's like, it's just ridiculous to see all those changes. It's pretty sad, especially if you believe in capitalism, in the fact that capitalism is what creates growth, is what creates innovations. And when I see, reports like that and news like that, it just makes me sad a little bit by the fact that, it just goes against entrepreneurship and against innovations, and the US is a country that was built on innovation and on growth. So when I see something like that, it's just sad. At the same time, for those of you who are looking to buy businesses, it's a great opportunity to even push the gas even more. You're gonna have more opportunities now than ever. If you wanna learn how you can do that, or you wanna join us and you want our help with finding deals, analyzing deals, and raising capital, click somewhere here below. You can book a call with my team and see if we can help you or not. Either way, I hope you like this video. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this growth in taxes, and let me know if you want me to maybe continue with more of those videos on sharing news about what I see and how it can potentially be related to acquisitions or whatnot. So I hope you enjoy that, and I'll see you soon. Take care.